The adjuster sounds friendly, but every question feels like a trap. You're trying to be honest, but deep down you're worried that one wrong word can tank your entire claim. I'm Tim Miley, and I've handled personal injury cases here in West Virginia for over 25 years, and I've seen how quickly insurance companies twist innocent answers to avoid paying what they owe you. This video walks you through exactly how to respond when an insurance adjuster calls you, knowing what to say, what not to say, and when to stop talking altogether, so that you don't accidentally give them ammunition to undercut your case, or worse, deny it completely. Why insurance adjusters call you after a car accident. Let's get right into it. After a car accident in West Virginia, you'll probably get a phone call from an insurance adjuster. This could be from your own insurance company, or more often, it's from the other driver's insurance company. Their job is to ask you questions about what happened, gather details, and figure out if their company needs to pay you anything. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. Insurance adjusters are trained to save their company money. They might seem friendly, and they might act like they're just there to help. But their goal is to get information that lets them pay as little as possible, or deny your claim altogether. So, when you pick up that call, you have to be careful. One wrong answer, or even something you say without thinking, could come back to haunt you. For example, if you apologize or say you're fine when you're not, the insurance company might later use your exact words against you. Now let's talk about how to answer an insurance adjuster's questions in a way that protects you and your claim. What you should and should not say. The most important rule is this: less is more. This isn't a casual chat. Every word matters. Now here's how to keep yourself safe when the insurance adjuster starts asking their questions. First, stick to the simple, basic facts: the time and place of the accident, the vehicles involved, and whether there were any witnesses. For example, the accident was at the intersection of Main Street and 4th Avenue in Clarksburg, West Virginia on May 2nd. I was driving my blue Ford. The other driver's car was a red Toyota. There was only one passenger in my car. That's all I know. Do not guess or give your opinions. If you're not sure about something, say, I don't know, I don't recall, or I'm not sure. And never guess about your injuries, either yours or anyone else's. Now let's say you don't feel much pain right after the crash, but you wake up the next morning with a sore neck and back. That's actually pretty common in West Virginia. Sometimes symptoms take hours or days to show up. That's why it's a mistake to tell the adjuster, I'm fine, or I wasn't hurt. Instead, say something like, I'm still being evaluated by my doctor, or simply, I'm receiving medical care. And here's a good phrase for any question you're unsure about. I'd rather not discuss details until I've spoken with my attorney. How to handle questions about fault. This is where things can get tricky. After a car accident in West Virginia, insurance adjusters will often ask questions to see if you'll admit blame, even just a little. Maybe they phrase it like, did you see the other car before the accident? Or, how fast were you going? Or, were you distracted? They're hoping you'll say something like, maybe I should have paid more attention, or I was running just a little late. Even small comments like that can really hurt your claim. That's because West Virginia follows a rule called modified comparative fault. And here's what that means. If you're found to be even partly at fault, say 20%, your compensation gets reduced by that amount. Worse, if you're found to be 51% or more at fault, you get nothing. So don't give the adjuster anything to use against you. If they ask, do you think you could have done anything to avoid the accident? Just stick to the basics like, I was following the law and driving safely. Or, I can only speak to what I saw and did. I'll let the investigation determine what happened. Now here's a real story. I once helped a client from Morgantown who thought he was just being honest when he told the adjuster I might have been going a little fast. Well, the insurance company used that single comment to try and blame him for the entire accident. Well, we fought it and won, of course, but it made the case much, much harder. Number 4, questions about your medical condition. Insurance adjusters love to ask about your injuries right away. They'll say things like, were you hurt? Or, are you feeling okay? It might feel natural to downplay your pain, but please don't do that. You might not have all the facts yet, and symptoms often don't show up until hours or days later. Best practice here, don't discuss your medical situation in detail. You can say, I'm still being treated, or I'm following my doctor's advice, but just please leave it at that. Another important tip for West Virginians, always get checked out by a doctor right away after your accident. Even if you feel fine, some injuries, like whiplash or concussions, can take some time to show up. If you skip seeing a doctor, The insurance company will argue that you weren't really that hurt. Also, never sign a medical release form sent to you by the insurance company. Insurance adjusters sometimes ask for your permission to review your medical records, but what they really want is access to your entire life's medical history, hoping to find anything they can use against you, even something from years ago that's unrelated to the crash. If they ask for medical records, just tell them, "I'll provide records related to this accident when advised to do so by my attorney." Should you give a recorded statement? Now here's a big one. The insurance adjuster might ask, "Can we record this call?" Or they might just start recording without telling you that they are. In West Virginia, you have the right to refuse this, and you should. Why? Because once you give a recorded statement, anything you say is locked in. If you forget something or your injuries get worse later, the insurance company will play back the recording and say, "But you said you were fine." There is rarely, if ever, a good reason to give a recorded statement right after an accident, especially before you've had a chance to talk with a lawyer. If you get this request, just simply say, "I'm not comfortable giving a recorded statement." Or you might want to say, "I want to speak with my attorney before I give any recorded statement." That's your right, and you don't have to explain yourself any further. Number 6, what if they offer you money right away? Sometimes an adjuster will surprise you by offering a quick settlement. They might say, "We'd like to resolve this fast and get you a check." But they also expect you to sign something giving up your right to future claims. This is very common in West Virginia, especially in serious crashes. Now here's the reality. Fast settlements are almost never fair. The insurance company is hoping you'll accept a small payout before you realize the full extent of your injuries, or your lost income, or the long-term effects of the accident. You need to know that once you sign, there's no going back, even if your medical bills skyrocket. Don't let the insurance companies rush you. Just tell them, "I'm still receiving treatment and will consider settlement when I know the full extent of my injuries." If they insist or get pushy, that's even more reason to talk to a West Virginia personal injury lawyer first. Number 7, when should you get a lawyer involved? Here's what I tell clients. The sooner, the better. An experienced West Virginia personal injury attorney knows these insurance tactics. We know what's fair for your case, and we know how to protect your rights from the first call. You don't have to hire a lawyer just to talk to one. Most personal injury lawyers, myself included, will offer a free consultation. We'll help you decide what to say, what not to say, and when to let us do the talking for you. If you're seriously hurt, or if the accident was complicated, or the insurance company is already giving you a hard time, just don't wait. Getting a lawyer involved early can make a huge difference in the outcome of your claim. 8, key takeaways to protect yourself. Let's quickly recap the most important things to remember when answering an insurance adjuster's questions after a car accident in West Virginia. Keep your answers short and just stick to the facts. Don't offer opinions or guesses. Don't admit fault, even partly. Don't apologize or speculate about what you could have done. Be careful with questions about your injuries. Don't say you're not hurt if you haven't yet seen a doctor. Never agree to give a recorded statement without talking to a lawyer first. Don't sign anything or accept money until you know the full impact of your injuries. When in doubt, tell them you want to speak with your attorney before answering further. Remember, despite their commercial slogans on TV, the insurance adjuster is not truly on your side. Their job is to save their company money, not to take care of you. Protect yourself by being cautious, sticking to the basics, and getting legal advice before making any big decisions. Ready for the next step? You've learned how to answer an insurance adjuster's questions after a car accident in West Virginia and why being careful is so important for protecting your rights and your financial future. Now, if you want to know what happens next, how you actually get the money you deserve, don't miss our next video called 3 Ways Companies Can Be Forced to Pay You After a Truck Accident. I'll walk you through the exact legal moves that put real pressure on insurance companies to do the right thing, especially in tough West Virginia truck crash cases. Trust me, you can't afford to miss it. See you over there.